What is going on, everybody? Thank you for stopping by. You got Sturkules here, and today we're looking at some Crown Tundra leaks. If you don't know, this coming Thursday, the Pokemon Crown Tundra, the second part of the DLC is dropping, and I am so excited. I think the Crown Tundra personally looks incredible. The Isle of Armor was fun, but I feel like the Crown Tundra always looked a whole lot more fun with all the new legendaries coming out. With the Masters Tournament double thing you get to do with some of the gym leaders and trainers and whatnot, and with the exploration part. Just, it all looks very cool to me. I'm super excited to play it on Thursday night. We had some leaks come out today, and maybe they should better be called rumors, right? But I said leaks, it's too late now. We're just going to hop on into it. Here, we've got a list of the shinies for all the legendaries that had been released. And if you look further, there are even a few Pokemon that we have not seen yet. Those horse Pokemon had not been revealed, and I believe they don't have names or official types yet. But let's just look at some of these shinies that have been revealed first off. As you see the watermarks, this is at Centro Leaks on Twitter if you want to check them out. We've got some art here just by Eclipse_TT on Twitter. This is just a little bit cleaner of a look at the Regidrago and Regieleki shinies that we've got, and a little disappointed. Like, you can kind of go back to the start and see there's not a huge change. In fact, I would have really loved to see like some blue lightning and maybe like some purple where the red is on the Regidrago. I think would have been very cool for a change, but we get what we get, and we got to remember these are not, exact game graphics. On the Switch, they're going to look better. They're going to look a little more crisp and clean, so I do think they're going to look cool. So these are just coming in with the Regirock, Regice, Registeel, and Regigigas. We got two new Regi forms and pretty decent little shiny forms. Not amazing, not huge changes, but if shiny hunting is going to be allowed, if they're going to be not going to be shiny locked, those are two that I'd definitely consider going for, because I think they're going to be some pretty powerful mons. So we've got Galarian Articuno here, and you can see the shiny form was kind of made as an homage to the regular Articuno, and I think that's cool. It seems a little lazy what they did with the birds, but at the same time, the shinies do end up looking cool, being very similar to their old colors, but still having the look of the new forms. I believe this is Psychic and Flying, so that's going to be very cool. But once again, very good looking shiny, as you can see. Tanaka Gundam, if that's how it's said on Twitter, is who did a little bit of work here to make just a little bit better visual for the shinies. Same with Galarian Moltres, looking a little bit more like its normal self, still being a dark flying type mon, but having that old fire and flying type look. And then with the Zapdos, you got it really going back to its normal colors, and I think this one might look the most crisp out of all of them. Like, really just like a pretty natural transition into a shiny. So even though it seems like a little bit of a cop-out to just make them look like the colors of their Cantonian forms, I think they all look really good. So it's pretty exciting about that. Once again, we just got to hope that right now they're not shiny locked and that we're able to shiny hunt them upon exploring and finding them. And this is Fighting Flying. I don't know if I said that, by the way, but I think they look cool. And we get to find out the shiny for Calyrex. And I don't know if I'm saying that right, but Calyrex is the mon that from the get-go kind of got a lot of crap, right? When Cubfu and Urshifu were introduced, like, people really loved them, and I still think the Urshifus look amazing. We saw the new Regis and people got excited. We saw the Galarian Bird Trio get excited, and this, green tomato on top of a deer with really long legs and some sort of scarf. Even maybe looks like one of those pin cushions that people used to sew with. Interesting looking mon. It got a lot of heat, to say the least, and then we found out that it was a grass and psychic type like Celebi, and so people were already kind of like, there's just nothing new about this. It was hard to get excited, but I think this is kind of cool. Now, this is not the clearest picture, but this is Eclipse _TT on Twitter. I think this horse looks very cool, by the way. We have two horses to look at, and you can kind of see that how their shiny forms change, but from what I can tell, these don't seem to be version exclusives. It would kind of seem to be like the Tower of Masteries in the Isle of Armor, where you picked an Urshifu form based off of what kind of direction you took, I would guess that's how you get these as well. So you get either what people are expecting is an ice legendary horse or a ghost legendary horse, and somehow they confuse with Calyrex, and I think they look pretty cool. I love seeing Calyrex kind of looking regal on top of the back of a horse, like it's just about to strike you down into punishment. I don't know. I think it's super cool. I think that it's actually probably my favorite Pokemon Legendary Fusion we've seen so far, because if you remember in Sun and Moon, you had Solgaleo the Lion and Lunala the Bat-looking legendaries, and they fused with Necrozma, and I don't know, I just thought they looked kind of clunky. I wasn't a huge fan of those fusions. I thought Solgaleo, Lunala, and Necrozma all just looked better on their own. Same with going back to Gen 5, you had Zekrom the Black Dragon, and you had Reshiram the White Dragon with wings, and then they fused with Kyurem, who just kind of looked like a shell of a dragon. And once again, I felt like it was a little too forced. Whereas here, the fuse is just kind of him, Calyrex riding on one of these horses, and I gotta say, I think it looks cool. So I'm excited to see what brings that on, right? Is there some sort of having you catch both and have them in your party, but there's got to be something else that goes in to this being able to happen. So this could be fake, but from what I'm seeing around, a lot of people are thinking this stuff is likely to be real. I think it looks cool. None of these shinies are just mind-blowing, but once again, you got to remember on the Switch, I think they are going to look a lot more crisp and clean. They're going to be a lot easier to see. I've noticed that too with like older Pokemon, that a shiny doesn't look that good, and then you see it on Pokemon Go, and it looks so much better. And the Switch has better graphics than that. So when you do see those on screen, it's going to look so much better. Like, I'm going to give you an example. That Ice Horse, right now it barely looks different, but you can kind of see the purplish hue change. I think that's going to look really cool on the change. Same with like Regidrago. Right now it kind of looks like the same red with just like a lighter bluish gray rather than the dark greenish gray, but I think the way it's going to pop might actually look pretty cool. So that's my thoughts. I cannot wait for the Crown Tundra. I'll probably have another video coming this week for the mons that I'm most excited for the Crown Tundra to be bringing back, but there's just going to be so many cool things. It's going to be fun to explore. We're going to get the shakeups to competitive that we love to see, that shake up the meta and that shake up Draft League. That'll give us opportunities for things to talk about as well, and just seeing the old Pokemon back in the game. I cannot wait to have my shiny Nidoking on my Switch, man. It's going to be awesome. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me what you think about the leaks. Do you think they're real? Do you think the shinies look cool? What do you think about Calyrex's fusion? Do you think it's lame or do you think it's awesome? And like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm going to get on out of here, and I hope you have a great day. Peace.